Or do you want to do the intro?
No, I'm good. You can.
Hi, welcome to Food Court. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Diana.
And today we're going to be making pimento cheese. In my hand, I'm holding a store version of a pimento cheese that's pre-made. And we haven't actually tasted this yet. We're going to give it a shot before we try ours. And my mom here is dairy-free about 95% of the time. And I decided to show her how to make a goat's cheese version because goat's cheese doesn't have lactose in it.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with our base here. I have a pound of regular cream cheese and my mom has a pound of goat cheese. The easiest way to do this is room temperature. If you work with a cold cheese, the goat's cheese gets really crumbly and the cream cheese is really hard to mash through. So we're just gonna take a second and mash this up so we can kind of get it spread around. If you would rather use a hand mixer than a fork, you can, but you run the risk once we start adding things to it of your stuff getting blended instead of just incorporated.
Is my hair still okay?
Your hair is perfect. That should be plenty.
All right.
Now the goat cheese has a slightly different consistency than the cream cheese, so my mom is gonna add a tablespoon of mayonnaise to hers. It's just gonna give it a slightly creamier texture. How's it coming?
That's pretty good.
If it's not quite creamy enough, we can always add more mayonnaise, but there will be liquid in with the peppers that we're about to add.
Feels about the same.
Okay. So now that we've kind of got these broken up a little bit, we're gonna add the namesake of pimento cheese, which is the pimento peppers. You can usually find these in the international aisle of your grocery store already chopped, but if you can't find them chopped, you can get them in a jar of full-size pepper and then just cut them down. We're gonna add all of that liquid and all from the peppers, and it's gonna give us a little bit of color to the cheese. It's Editing Courtney coming to you live from the couch to say I forgot to mention you need to drain the peppers from whatever they're packed in. You want the natural juices of the pepper. You don't have to get them completely patted dry, but you don't want to put the oil or water that they were packed in into your pimento cheese. You want to stir those up completely evenly throughout. Once you've got those kind of evenly stirred in, the next bit you want to add is a couple tablespoons of diced jalapenos. You can do mild, you can do hot. We're going to do hot today because we like things spicy. This is 1 can of jalapenos that we've split between the two of us. If you want it to have a little more kick, go ahead and put the whole can in. When I was in grad school, I had to learn how to make this from scratch because it wasn't in any of the grocery stores. Down here in the South, you can find it in a lot of different places, and there are multiple brands out there. In fact, the one that we're gonna try today actually came from an Aldi here in South Carolina.
That looks good.
Yeah, they look pretty similar. The next step is to add shredded cheddar cheese. I have regular cheddar right here. My mom has a vegan cheddar block that we grated, and they're about the same volume-wise.
It takes some muscle power to get all that stirred in nicely.
Yeah, it takes a little elbow grease.
It does smell good though.
Oh, it smells like peppers in here.
Can I take a quick break?
You-
No, your cat's chewing.
Oh, Key. This is everybody's favorite part. We're gonna add some spices. Cayenne, onion powder, and paprika. I have cream cheese all up on my hand. That's how we live. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the cayenne.
Wow.
I like it to have kick.
That's a lot of cayenne. Okay.
I really wish that smell-o-vision was a real thing right now because this stuff smells like spices and peppers, and I cannot wait to slather it all over a bunch of crackers.
Do you have enough?
Enough cayenne? Yeah, because I still have to add paprika.
How much paprika?
That's up to you. My mom went in for the weak sauce on the paprika. If your paprika didn't turn your food orange, you didn't put enough in. I would add more paprika if I was you.
See if that makes it more orange.
The pre-made pimento cheese that we have is very orange, and I'm kind of suspicious that means there's artificial flavors in it.
I'll color.
Yeah, this thing has things like corn syrup in it, which we're not too big on. Onion powder is the thing that the least amount goes in. You don't want to make it too much. Just a little bit.
Since this is my very first attempt at homemade pimento cheese, I hope it's tasty.
I made this a whole lot when I was living in New Jersey for grad school, and I have shared this recipe a bunch of times with people who didn't know what pimento cheese was until I brought it to their house.
Should you taste mine and make sure it's okay?
You can taste yours and make sure it's okay. Also, you don't stir as messily as I do, so you're not winding up with it on your fingers. Oh, those jalapenos are coming through.
Here, you try it and tell me what you think.
I'm not gonna eat that whole thing.
No, just want you to taste a little bit.
I'm just gonna get a spoon.
All right.
You can tell a little bit of a difference between the cream cheese and the goat cheese, but by the time you've added in all of the peppers, the grated cheese, the spices, it's minimal. It's a tiny difference. Mostly, and this is a reason that I actually like goat cheese a lot for this recipe, the goat cheese is slightly tangier than the cream cheese.
Tangy.
For this spread is our favorite thing because we put this on crackers, burgers, omelets. If you can put melted cheese on it, we have incorporated this spread. You ready to taste test?
I'm ready.
All right, so the crackers that I'm using are low carb. We made them this afternoon. It's just a low carb tortilla, a street taco size, that I cut with a pizza wheel and then covered in some oil and salt and popped in the oven for 10 minutes. We turned them halfway through. Let's try the store-bought one first.
Okay.
All right, ladies first. Goblin second.
That tastes sweet.
It's sweet. I think whoever made this knew like the idea of pimento cheese and then tried to make a cheaper version by adding things like the corn syrup to it. And the truth is you really just don't need it.
Mine's better than that one. It's very tangy.
They're just tangy, spicy. You can taste the peppers. Like in this one, you can see the peppers, but you can't taste them. All you can really taste is sweet. Oh, the jalapenos are coming through.
They're very good. I'll try just a touch.
Go for it. Just the teeniest possible bit with a pepper in it. These are what you want pimento cheese to taste like. And as easy as it is to make, and considering you can get the ingredients to make it from almost any supermarket, you can definitely make this at home. It took us what? Less than 10 minutes?
And the main difference between these two is with my goat cheese, it is a little tangier, but I like tangy.
If I was gonna change one thing from today, I just would have added more jalapenos. I would have done the whole can for myself. Well, you know, I like things spicy.
Yeah, I am very happy with my first pimento cheese. Excellent.
And you did a good job.
Yes.
It's raining outside, so I think we're headed towards a movie marathon. So I could eat this whole bowl.
And she might.
Come here. All right, well, we've been meaning to do this in our kitchen for a while, and we're glad we got to share it with you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can find more diet-specific recipes in the food court playlist. See you next time.
Bye.